Financial attack is a key component of the attacker's strategy in gang stalking. Now, if you've been watching some of my previous videos, you should know by now that what you're referring to as a gang stalking attack is simply the false matrix, the agenda of the fallen angels to disrupt the natural processes of life. Basically, the fallen angels are higher dimensional entities that rebelled against life at some point in their evolution. So their nature is to disrupt the natural processes of life across the universe. The main tool they've used over the years to achieve this goal in the human realm is the false matrix, which can also be known as a gang stalking attack or a spiritual attack in simple. A gang stalking attack or the false matrix is a system designed by these fallen angels to disrupt the natural processes of life in the human society. It is a system that combines multiple deceptive activities in the human realm and many other higher dimensional activities to create illusions and disruptions in the human society. Now, one of the main tools that these entities have used over the years to impede the natural evolution of life in the human realm is the financial system. The financial system that's used in the human society today is set up and managed by these entities. And this is one of the main tools that's being used to control and puppet humans for most of the history of humanity. Now, this may not be as obvious, but one of the main activities that gets automatically initiated once you become a target is a financial attack. This is one of the strategies that are used by these entities to enforce compliance through convenience. As I've mentioned before, these entities understand universal law, so they know not to impose these activities on humans because that's going to be violating universal laws. So if they can find a way to threaten your convenience, which in this case is going to be threatening your finances, then they have a better chance at pressuring you into complying with their agenda. Now, in every financial attack situation, there's going to be some kind of money spell initiated by the attacker. And so then, what is a money spell? Well, first of all, let's try to understand what a spell is. As I've mentioned before, gang stalking is the agenda of the fallen angels to disrupt the natural processes of life in the human society. The fallen angels are higher dimensional entities, so most of these activities are executed from a higher dimension, the fourth dimension to be a little more specific. So everything you know as a spell is an energy form that's targeted towards you from a higher dimension to reflect a weakness that already exists inside of you. The key phrase being weakness that already exists inside of you. There has to be a weakness inside of you that's receptive to the energy that's targeted towards you. This is the universal law of attraction. Like attracts like. In the very nature of how the universe operates, these powerful energies wouldn't even be targeted towards you if you're not attracting them. So at some level, you're attracting these energies into your life. But more on that in this series. Now that we know what a spell is, a money spell is an energy form that's targeted towards you, that's meant to amplify negative financial practices that may exist inside of you, to give you the opportunity to transform that aspect of yourself and become more disciplined with your finances. In every financial attack situation, the first thing you're going to start to notice is a huge wave of deceptive activities that are meant to siphon your finances. Typically, the first thing you will notice is a high rate of money requests from families, friends, and loved ones. Usually, these people will call you and explain carefully crafted stories to rob you of your finances. The important thing to understand is that 99% of money requests or financial opportunities coming towards you as a target is a financial attack of some sort. It doesn't matter how or where the request is coming from. The false matrix is multiple layers of deception, and nothing is as it seems once you start to perceive the illusion. Now, mind you, some of the stories these people tell you will be genuinely true stories. The important thing to understand is that these people are being pushed towards you by the false matrix, and the goal of these activities is to keep your finances under constant threat, with the hope to deceive you into complying with the agenda of the fallen angels. Other common forms of financial attacks are attacks on your source of income. So let's say you're an employee of a company as an example. That company may get targeted by the false matrix to sabotage your employment. Well, let's say you're unemployed, but you have someone that's trying to help you with finances. That individual may get targeted and manipulated to cut off your financial supply. Now, there are many other activities that are used by these entities to siphon your finances and keep you financially unstable. The important thing to understand is that all of these activities are being pushed towards you by the false matrix. And even though the attacker may be targeting you with negative intentions, the spell in its original intent is only trying to reflect this weakness that exists inside of you in the form of bad financial practices, to give you the opportunity to transform it into good financial practices and become more disciplined with your finances.